Hi there and welcome to Lorena's Labyrinth. My name's Anna Pirelli. The comments that you see here are my views, beliefs, opinions, and sometimes they are not even my fully formed views, beliefs, and opinions. However, they are my understandings. Please do retain an open mind and reflect on any of the content and your comfort levels. If your views differ, please feel free to leave a comment. Also remember, it is possible to disagree in respectful ways. My way is not necessarily your way and vice versa. You might also find that some of the content on this playlist in regard to spiritual or universal laws, it resonates with you, meaning it feels right to you, while other laws may not feel right or they may not feel comfortable. If this is the case, the information is either not right for you or it is not right for you right now, and it might never be right for you at any given time. It really doesn't matter. As an earthy and practical person, I can put my hand up with all honesty and say that I have at different times had the same feelings about some of the content in here, and with some of them I still have a level of skepticism within my viewpoints, but I choose to retain an open mind about the things that I don't fully understand for a few reasons. Firstly, because I believe it would be supreme arrogance to think that we all know all of the answers while we have a body, and because what is right for one of us is not necessarily right or suitable for all of us, and I choose to respect the differences. Please do leave your opinions, beliefs. Feel free to argue the points in a respectful way with any of the content on the slides and even my interpretations. And if you feel that you can add clarity around some of the content, we would all love to see it. Thank you. For now, though, let's explore the laws.
All creation is governed by law. The principles that operate in the outer universe, discoverable by scientists, are called natural laws. But there are subtler laws that rule the hidden spiritual planes and the inner realm of consciousness. Contained within these laws, or conditions, is the true nature of matter. Knowledge of these laws has an effect upon the mental urges. Mind is the builder. Stay in full mindfulness of the application of universal law as related to self and to others, and know that in love all life is given, in love all things move. In giving one attains, in giving one acquires. In giving, love becomes the fulfillment of desire, guided and directed in the ways that bring the more perfect knowledge of self as related to the universal, all-powerful, all-guiding, all divine influence in life. Love is life. When we go back, merge with the God source, in some infinitesimal but profound way, we expand the mind of God. Our higher self always points the best and most perfect way, and it is ours to listen and choose or reject what we hear. It does not blame, but patiently tries again to show the perfect way, the loving way. All of creation pushes forth. We are ever becoming. Identity ever remains. Universal Law number 50. The Law of Etheric Union, also known as the Law of the Lower Form. This law is also known as the Law of Etheric Union, and its symbol is a male and female form placed back to back. The male figure is holding above his head a shield or tray of silver, a great reflector, while the female form holds aloft an urn full of oil. Below this sign is another hieroglyphic which contains the secret of the astral plane, which has to be dominated by the mental. The ray energy is fiery energy of the fifth ray, the vitalizing factor.
I had to do some pretty intense reflection on this particular law because I don't actually have an image and I couldn't find one, and it would be too time consuming for me to try and draw one. So anyway, let's say that what they're referring to is rife with symbolism, and the symbolism, I believe, is probably the best way to understand it is by unpacking it. So obviously etheric means beyond the physical body, the astral plane, and I've got that on the next slide because this is the one that I made for the last law. Anyway, the fifth ray is contentious. It depends on whose book you're reading or which author you're referring to. So I want to break it down. The male and female in this law description, are standing back to back. So we've got two halves make a whole. We've got masculine and feminine as one unit. So to me, we're talking about balance, actually, masculine and feminine energy. So that sounds a little bit like the feng shui symbol. And because we're talking about gender and etheric union, I'm questioning, is it a suggestion of twin flames? Now, the male is holding a shield of silver above his head, and it's referred to as a great reflector. I'm not sure that it is a reflector. I think that when we refer to a silver disc, it's more symbolic of the moon. And if it is above the head and reflecting, my immediate thoughts run to it's more like it's absorbing the sun's rays rather than deflecting them. But it could be, actually. I shouldn't say it's not, because it could be, because if you think about this, the sun is the energy factor, and that's the masculine component. It's about activity, passion, procreation, all of the traits of doing, so it could be reflecting and sending this out to the whole of the universe. That's what it could be representing. The masculine, of course, is represented by the color gold. Like I said, passion, of course, is one of the things. Passion, procreation. And if we were talking about energy, it's basically anything from the navel chakra down. The trust, faith, hope, power, personal power, manifestation, creativity, procreation, like I said, and the survival aspects. The female that's pouring oil, she sounds to me like she's using palm oil. And this has been associated with healing and spiritual ritual over millennia. And it's got different meanings to different demographics and cultures. Either way, I think we come back to, we're talking about a healing, perhaps, of the earth. We're talking about channeling. We're talking about healing energy, balance. When they say there's a secret, I guess I'm thinking that the secret that they refer to is that regardless of anything at all, any relationships and so forth, our primary relationship is with ourselves and our creator. And this becomes a mental realization, a knowledge, that when we're in physical form, we definitely do hold emotional attachments to those around us. And to be honest, I do question, and I sort of believe that as we do go up through the planes of enlightenment, if you like, that we must still hold attachment to those that are left on the earth plane, the family members. Some literature would state differently. The reason why I say this, of course, is that I am aware of, because I've done the spirit communication, and because of the energy awareness, I know that one of the things that offers comfort to people is the knowledge that their loved ones that have passed to the other side, that all they have to do is think about them and those people will actually be with them. The spirit of the people that has departed is with them. I could expand on that, but maybe not for this video. I'm going to speak to how I got into doing this stuff with the universal law in the yarning again this weekend when I do that video, because I really think it's important to revisit this as far as content goes. When we talk about the Western literature and what's online, a lot of this stuff about these universal laws it's certainly within the English format, is content and information that has been channeled and distributed through the Theosophist foundations. And I've mentioned it before that it's Blavatsky and Ledbetter. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning this is because some of the stuff actually doesn't really necessarily make sense to me. I don't know if it makes sense to anybody else. I guess that when everybody puts in their tidbit, it starts to become clearer and make more sense. But where I'm going with this is, my understandings is that a lot of this content actually came through from India, from the Hindus and from the Hindu scriptures and this kind of thing. And this is because Blavatsky is considered to be the grandmother of, the Western New Age movement, the spiritual world that we live in today, if we're not doing the normal conforming to traditional churches and that kind of thing. But anyway, so Blavatsky was considered the founder. Leadbetter was one of her followers, and Alice Bailey joined the foundation after Blavatsky died. Now, Blavatsky was a prolific author, and I believe she was the first person to start, I think the word's disseminating the content on universal law. And when it comes to this kind of stuff, we have the right of challenge, and we're actually encouraged, even through Blavatsky's teachings, as I know, to challenge the information that we receive. And Krishnamurti, he was actually raised by Leadbetter and Annie Besant, who were part of the Theosophy Foundation as well. So anyway, where I'm going with this is when we talk about information, what I think we're seeing a lot of, the content that you're going to see online at the moment that says unknown author with the 105 universal laws, I'm pretty sure that's me, because I gave documents to people, and obviously I was giving information that I didn't really fully understand. Alice Bailey, though, I'm now more aware that what I had managed to get my hands on was content by Alice Bailey. And so this I want to come back to is that when we do channeling, there is room for bias or room for misinformation or mistranslation. And what I did in my research more recently, particularly in regard to this and the image, was that I learned that the Indian Swamis were really not happy campers about Alice Bailey writing up this content and sharing it. And I think she was, referring to content given by Blavatsky. I think she probably expanded on it a bit. But anyway, that's my thoughts. I really am not sure if I've helped you to understand this a bit more. It's certainly not the way we expected to see this law be unpacked, the law of love. I expect to see something different, but I think that we can summarize it just by saying there's two types of love. There is the love that is attached to personality and attached to the physical, and then there is a different form of love, which is that of the divine. And when we truly are connected to the divine love, then we want to be able to share that with others, and that means bringing it back down to earth and giving it to those people so they also can feel divine love and raise their own vibration, just as part of caring and sharing, I guess. Anyway, feel free to put your comments up. Always interested. Take care, my friends. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye for now.